challenger, Danny Roman. He is the babyface assassin, the former unified champion. 29, 3-1. He also has 10 knockouts, and he will be taking on the current unified, unbeaten champion, Stephen Fulton Jr. Cool Boy Steph. He's the WBO, the WBC champion of the world, 20-0, 8 knockouts. Listen, you look at his last 14 fights, he's beaten 8 undefeated fighters. He has taken on all comers, and they've all left the ring with an L. So let's start with the champion. Cool Boy Steph, the unified champ. If you would, tell members of the media how training has going and your thoughts on facing Danny Roman.
First of all, I like to say thank y'all for having me. Alhamdulillah. All praise be to Allah. Gotta put my God first. Everything's been great. Camp's been going good. Leading up to this, for this fight, camp's been amazing. It's been challenging for me, especially during Ramadan. And I'm just looking forward to June 4th.
That's great. And now the challenger, the babyface assassin, Danny Roman, the former unified champion. Danny, if you would, talk to the members of the media, let them know how training camp has been going and your thoughts on facing Stephen Fulton Jr.
Thank you for having me, and it's been going good. It's been a great camp. We're getting ready for the best, unified champion, Stephen Fulton, and it's a fight you got to see, June 4th.
Let me start with you, champ. Stephen, you talked about this, with Ramadan going on, and listen, we've seen how that has affected some of the athletes in sports, in basketball and things of that nature. Do you think that will have any effect on you, on your energy level, your output level going into this fight in June?
No, it actually helped me. It actually helped me a lot. Training with low energy, training with little fuel, that actually helped me for this month and far as making weight.
Interesting. That is really interesting. I thought one thing that was interesting too, you had tweeted out talking, and you responded to Danny Roman when this fight had been named. You said, listen, you better be working as much as you've been tweeting. So what was the message you were trying to send to Danny Roman?
I mean, the message was self-explanatory. They was doing a lot of tweeting me and kind of saying I was ducking and this, that, and third, and I just made the fight happen. I ain't say shit. I ain't say nothing. I made the fight happen. That's what I do. I make things happen. So I just wanted them to keep that same energy.
Danny,
I was presented with other fighters to face. So it was up to me to choose who I wanted to face, and that's who I chose. So it wasn't a fact that this person was, kept calling me out and things like that. No, it wasn't that. He deserved the opportunity, so I gave him the opportunity. But when you start saying I'm ducking, it was just like, all right, we'll see.
And that's an interesting point, Stephen, because, there are a number of people who thought, are you going to run it back with Figueroa? Obviously, Figueroa wants to move up in weight and things of that nature. So tell me why you said Danny Roman, let's do it.
He was a former unified champion. He's a great fighter. You can't take that away from him. I didn't understand. I don't know how what happened. I don't understand how he didn't, rematch for his original belts back. But he'll be facing me for mine. So I wanted to give him that opportunity.
Danny, let's give you the opportunity to respond to that. Hey, look, Stephen said I wasn't ducking you, and he says he wants you to have that same energy on June 4th at the Armory in Minneapolis.
We are. We're gonna have the same energy, I'm just trying to I was throwing it out there, I'm the next guy you're gonna fight. Don't forget about me, He was calling me out when I was a champion, and he gave me the chance, so I'm gonna fight him. You could consider him the best in the division right now, Stephen Fulton. Yes, I don't know what happened with the rematch against MJ, but you know what? Right now I'm concentrated on Fulton. He's the guy in front of me, and he's the champion I want right now.
Steven, you had a body slugfest with Angela Leo. You said, I'm going to go in the ring and I'm going to fight your fight. You did that. And there was a number of times you did the same thing with Brandon Figueroa. So I'm going to beat you at fighting your fight. So what kind of fight then, though, do you expect from Danny Roman? Because I would assume it'd be different.
I would expect him to be different than his previous fight and any other fight. He's looking to bounce back on top. So I have to be smart. I have to be smart. I have to be able to adapt no matter what. And those are the things that I do the best. So I mean, I don't really have much to say today, and I'm not sure why. I just don't have much to say today.
Danny Roman, what do you think is going to be the difference in this fight?
No, we know that Stephen Fulton, he can make the right adjustments. It's gonna depend on the fight he brings and the fight the adjustments. Whoever makes the best adjustment is gonna take that fight. You could say it could be like a chess game. I could do a little bit of everything, and he could do a little bit of everything as well. So it all depends who makes the right adjustment that night.
I get the sense, Danny Roman, that this is one of those give me my respect type fights. You were the former unified champ. Now Stephen Fulton is the guy at the top of the division. There was a number of times where you, even though you had lost the belt, you came back and were winning fights. You were like, excuse me, I'm still here. It seems like this is one of those give me my respect type fights. Do you agree?
Of course, I mean that's what every fighter wants. That even when I became a unified champion, they still had me below the other champions. So, and I think as Fulton as well, everybody trying to prove themselves, as the best, especially the best in the division. So you could say yes, this is the fight, fighting against the best, considered the best Stephen Fulton in the division, and I get the chance to fight him. I get the chance to be back on top as well.
And would you say the same thing for you, Stephen Fulton, considering you are the unified champ, but yet, there were still people saying, well, why isn't he fighting Brandon Figueroa again? Or why is such and such and such? Is this still one of those fights where you can show people, hey, look, give me my respect. I'm showing y'all I'm the best in this division. I just fought the former unified champ.
No, I'm not even looking for their respect anymore. I don't care what they think. I know what I am, and it shows, and I'm unified champ. Everything I have to prove is to myself from here on out. I feel like my last fight put me in that mode, and it taught me a lot about myself and a lot about my surroundings and the sport of boxing. Sometimes people can be unappreciative and not give you that respect. So at that point, it's just I don't give a F no more what nobody thinks or what the people thinks anymore. I'm doing these fights for me.
I love it because you've always, even in our discussions, have talked about legacy, being the best, things of that nature. So after this fight, and what do you think is next for the winner of this fight, Stephen?
I mean, the winner of the MJ fight, I feel like that was supposed to be the next fight after the Brandon fight. I mean, I feel like they want to keep waiting and prolonging and things of that. But that's the only fight to make. Is you did like ever since 2020, the only fights to make was the championship fights, unification bouts. I don't even think managers, promoters are even trying to let these guys build anymore. What's the point of it anymore? Put them in the fight. They think they're the best. They want to fight face champions. Let them face them. If you're number one or you're number two in the division, let them slug it out. Whoever comes out on top faces the winner of the two champions. And I've been saying this before I was even world champion.
And you've even told me your goal was to be the undisputed champ at 122. Is that still the goal?
Yeah. Once we take care of this fight, hopefully we get that next fight, and then it's on.
Danny,
but I had to respond to one thing that Danny Roman said, and he said when he was world champion, I was calling him out, and guess what? They didn't give me no opportunity. Nobody gave me an opportunity, but I'm giving him the opportunity. Nobody ever gave me an opportunity, but everybody looks at me and expects me to give the opportunities.
Interesting. Your response to that, Danny?
No, it's true though. It's true. He called me out. I had different plans. I wanted to unify the rest of the belts, be undisputed, and I'm thankful that he gave me the chance, and not no other champion gives it a chance like that, and he gave me the chance. So, I'm thankful for that.
What do you think? What do you think is next for the winner of this fight, Danny?
Well, I'll take it one step at a time. Hopefully everything goes good. Let the best man win, and if it goes my way, it'll be good, and I'll see what happens after that.
Last but not least, we'll start with you, Danny Roman. For people who will tune in to Showtime Championship Boxing on June 4th, for people who will walk into that historic armory on June 4th, what should they expect when you step into the ring with Stephen Fulton Jr.?
Oh, expect a great fight. Expect even the fight of the year. We go out there, we give our heart out, we give the best performance we could give, and we try to give the best for the people. And I know Fulton is going to give it as well. He's a unified champion. I know he's going to want to defend his belts. I want them belts, so it'll be a great night.
Cool boy Steph, same question to you, champ. For the people who will turn on championship boxing and walk into that armory, what can you guarantee them that they're going to get on June 4th?
A victory. I can guarantee a victory. I can't tell you how I will come in that ring and fight because my mood and my mind changes every day. Depends on how I'm feeling and on how I'm going to take on Danny Roman. It depends on how I'm feeling. You never know. But as of right now, I just expect the victory and a smart boxer.
Folks, I'll tell you, it's going to be one heck of a main event. I know there are members of the media who've got some questions for you guys, so let's get right to those questions. Flojoku, if you could, let the members of the media ask these men some questions.
All right, I'll start with Todd with Fight News. Todd, if you can please unmute yourself.
Hey there, cool boy. What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, for the folks that don't know, first of all, assalamu alaikum, man. I hope you're having a blessed Ramadan. Could you let them know what are the challenges? Could you just kind of explain just a little bit how that challenge is for a Muslim fighter?
It's very challenging because, you have to, it was like 2 times challenging for me because I'm losing weight for a fight as well as you can't eat because you're fasting, right, because of the religion. So that was one of the first things that was a little challenging for me. But I had the mindset of this is going to help me make this weight easy. And now I'm walking around feeling great. I'm feeling amazing right now. And I'm within weight. And you see, look at me, face structure still there. Another thing that was challenging was the sparring. You have to get in the ring and spar 8 rounds, maybe 10 rounds. And I'm always challenge myself and push the 12 at least once a week or every other week. So imagine doing those things and looking spectacular with no energy. And then I have to make the adjustments. I have to be able to pace myself in that ring. So that was very challenging for me, but I got it done and I'm still getting it done. So those were just a few things to throw out there. No water during sparring. I can't have no water where I'm gonna put it at. I'm gonna put it on my head. I'm gonna cool myself down, cool my body down. I always say, like, when I'm losing weight and I'm in the hotel rooms and everything, since the last couple of days when you're drying out, since I don't really drink or eat things, I put the AC on, put the air conditioner on. I like my room temperature cool. That always keeps my body cool. So when I'm sparring, I put water on my head and just let it drench and cool my body down because I can't eat anything, as well as pushing the training time back so it could be enough like space and gap between me breaking fast and getting my workout done.
All right, the next question comes from Joe Santoliquito. Joe, if you can please unmute yourself.
Joe.
Hello, Stephen.
What's up?
Stephen, how can you say you're disrespected when we held a parade for you here in Philly? Balloons, floats, and everything. You were on the back of a car.
What parade? Where that parade was at?
You still think you're disrespected?
I don't really care for it no more.
Okay. All right. And how's the weight going? I know there was some issues with the weight and your hands.
There wasn't no issues with no weight.
Okay.
My
And the
hands
last
were
time-
perfect.
Your hands are good too.
Yes.
Okay. What can we see different this time around? On a serious note, what can we see different this time around? This guy's a challenge for you.
You just expect me. Just me to be me. That's it. I can't give you much. I just got to be me.
Gotcha. All righty. Thank you, Stephen.
I appreciate you, Joe.
Next question comes from Keith Idek. Boxing scene, Keith. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, my first question is for Danny. Danny, your loss to Akhmadaliev was obviously a very close fight that seemingly could have gone either way. How difficult has it been for you? And I know the pandemic obviously was thrown into the middle of it, but how difficult has it been having to deal with that very narrow loss and then having to wait basically 2.5 years to get another title fight?
No, I believe it was a close fight, and I still think I won that fight. But like boxing politics, that happened. I didn't get the rematch, so now 2.5 years, like you said, I'm getting a chance to get back on top. So I'm more than thankful for that.
And what did you think of Stephen Fulton's performance against Brandon Figueroa? I mean, he fought. It turned into a dogfight at times. He's shown a lot of versatility, obviously, in his championship reign and even before that. What did you think of his performance in that fight, and what did you think of the results?
Oh, I mean, he did a good fight, and he did a smart fight. He did a good adjustments during the fight, and it was a close fight, but he took it, So respect for him.
You thought he won the fight, though?
It was a close fight. I think a draw, if anything.
Okay, thank you. And Stephen, for you, can you express what you feel you showed people in that fight? I mean, you've shown a lot here in the way you fought Angelo Leo, and then of course the way you fought Brandon Figueroa. Just in terms of what you're able to do and the diversity in your game.
Man, I showed that I can do whatever it takes to get the job done. I boxed early in my career. I fought later in my around these times. Who knows what else I can do? I know, but you guys don't know. So I just showed that side that it's more to Stephen Fulton.
And Stephen, was the Figueroa rematch presented to you? I know it was something that was discussed externally, but was it something that was presented to you, or was it a realistic option for the next fight?
It could have been a realistic. If I feel like it could have been realistic, more so on their behalf, though.
Can you elaborate?
Some things, I don't really want to talk about it.
In other words, the money wasn't right, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you'll fight him again at some point? It was a great fight. Obviously, people loved it. So you think you'll fight him again?
When I move up, yeah.
Okay.
But have you interviewed him?
Not recently.
All right. When you interview him, you ask him that same question. All right.
I will. I'll let you know what he's.
I'm only saying that because people who interview me, they always ask me about the rematch. Will you rematch him? Will you rematch him? And it's like, well, what do y'all think? I lost the fight? Like, I'm the champion. Why y'all asking me about rematching him? That's the only reason why I'm asking. Okay, nothing personal though.
No. I didn't take it personally at all. I'd gladly ask him. I just haven't spoken to him. I just have one last question for you, Stephen. What did you think of Danny Roman's fight against Akhmadaliev? Who did you think won, and what type of fight did you see it as?
I honestly only seen highlights. I haven't seen the full action of the fight.
Okay.
I only seen the highlights of it. Now my trainer can tell you more about it. Me, I'm just getting back to how I've normally been. He's not gonna be the same fighter coming into this fight anyway, because I'm not southpaw, so I didn't really pay that fight any mind. And I haven't really studied film on a lot of fighters, and when I did that, I was having more fun with the sport.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Keith.
Flo, before you go on to the next question, I think it's interesting, Stephen, you raised up a really salient point about make sure you ask Brandon Figueroa that question. I did ask him that question. Matter of fact, in our last fight in Vegas, and I saw his father, and I said, are you going to push to get for a rematch against Stephen Fulton Jr. And his response was, no, that we're moving up. We're moving up. We have no interest. We want to move up to 126. So it's interesting that that was their response. Because I thought that it would be automatic that you guys would want to do it up again. But, you know, they said they had no interest. They wanted to move up to a higher weight.
When I get there, when I get them belts, and we'll see.
Yeah, got it. Go ahead, Flo. I'm sorry.
No. I like the question. So the next question comes from Abe Gonzalez with New York Fights. Abe, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes. How you doing, Stephen Fulton Jr., champ? I get it. Yesterday's price is not today's price. I get it. Was there a different date for this fight that you were presented with, or when it was presented to you, and knowing that you were gonna be in the middle of Ramadan, was that something that you didn't even think twice, or was it an option to maybe do it at a later date so that wouldn't be part of your training camp?
No, I didn't have to think twice. I fought during Ramadan 4 years in a row.
Gotcha.
and got knockouts each year. I've fought during those years, so I already knew, like, I'm about to prepare for a fight, and Ramadan is the month before or 2 months before. I said, oh yeah, this is gonna be good for me, because my mental, everything is just different for me when I'm fasting and when I'm on my spiritual journey. Everything is just totally different for me. I feel like those are the things that mentally pushes me, and I always speak about mental. Those are the things that push me to that next level mentally. The fighting game is more mental than it is physical anyway.
Gotcha. And then, do you think these last 4 fights that you've had, and it seems like you're always raising that bar for each fight after, has prepared you for this point of your career?
Yes. Like,
okay.
being in them 2 fights back to back, my last 2 fights back to back, like that, like them dog fights, that only pushed me to be more of I can do what I want in that ring. Whatever
Gotcha.
I want, I can do it at any moment, at any time. I can do it, and I will do it when I feel like doing it.
Got it. And then this question for you, Danny Roman. First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And how different was the physical and mental preparation for this fight compared to some of the other ones, especially like with the MJ fight, which was another high level fight that you had? So you're going one after the other on the level of opponents. But how different was it? How different has it been mentally and physically preparing for this?
Well, we've been in situations like this, important fights. Now I'm the challenger. I'm challenging Fulton for the 2 titles. So mentally I'm ready. I've been through this road already, and I know what it takes. So yes, I feel like I'm ready. I train hard like I always do. I always get ready for the best, especially now I'm going against Fulton. So mentally and physically, I feel prepared.
All right. So last question will come from Soichi Hayashi with Yahoo Japan. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. In Japan, the most popular fighter in WBA and IBF bantamweight champion Naoya Inoue will fight against the WBC bantamweight champion Nonito Donaire on June 7th. Maybe he will move up after, if he will win, he will move up unification bout, he will win. So first of all, Mr. Fulton, how do you analyze Inoue fight? Inoue's fighting style, and do you want to fight against Inoue?
If he moves up in time, I will face him, but I don't think he will move up just that fast.
Okay, how do you analyze?
He have a great style, though. He have a great style. Yeah. Sometimes it can be unpredictable, but sometimes a fighter of my caliber is very predictable. So it all depends on the fighter that he's facing. on how his style can, the outcome of his style can be.
Okay, thank you. And Loman, I have a same question.
Same
How
question.
do you analyze Naoya Inoue fighting style, and do you want to fight against Inoue?
Of course, I mean he's considered one of the best pound for pounds. He's the champion of Japan, and of course, I'm here to fight the best. But like maybe in the future, we could face each other. But right now, my focus is Fulton. But why not? I'm here to fight the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Now, back to Caster.
Okay, thank you, Flo. Listen, folks, this June 4th is going to be great. I mean, you got two gentlemen of the sport, two really exceptional fighters. Steven, just a last cap on this one. How does it feel now being the man of the division? For so long, you were facing these undefeated fighters and looking for these big time fights. And now people are looking to you as the guy, calling you out, saying, I want you. How does this feel that the tables have turned here? And what is it like being the unified champ?
It feels good that the tables have turned. And what it feels like to me, I feel normal. I feel like I'm supposed to do this. I feel like this is my lifestyle. This is what I was made to do this whole time. I don't feel like overexcited. I don't think about it too much. And until I go in my sunroom and I unzipping the belt bag and I look at it, I'm like, damn, I'm world champ, unified. Not everybody become unified. Not everyone becomes world champion. So that just made me feel good. It feels it's a hell of a feeling. But it feels even better that I'm in a position to call shots. It's more so about being in that position.
Love that. Danny, you've been in that position, and now you've got the opportunity. You are this close to being the man again. Talk to me about this opportunity and where you are, because you've been waiting for it for a long time, and now it's here.
No, I'm more than excited, because this is my chance. This doesn't come twice, especially against the unified champion. Even as a champion, not like Fulton said, not everybody can become champion, especially unified champion. So I know you could say I'm one step away from becoming again a unified champion. So this is my all, Either you do this or you don't. So I'm more than excited, and I feel more than ready. And I hope Fulton feels the same way, So let's give these people what they want to see. They want to see a great fight. Let's give them a great fight.
And champ, I'll give you the final word. June 4th, you got Danny Roman. This is it. And listen, I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing you fight again. Cool boy, Steph. Give me your final word on this fight in this division, which is one of the best divisions in boxing, and what they should expect.
I feel like y'all should expect a great fight, smart fight. The division is hot because of me. I have to take credit for that. I have to. When everybody else is world champ, the division was a little quiet because they don't do the talking. I did the talking. I did the walking. June 4th, it'll be no different. Y'all know how I fight. Y'all know I'm smart. Y'all know I could adjust. Y'all know I could adapt. Y'all know a lot about me, but there's still some things that y'all don't know. And my move and how I've been feeling lately since the last fight. And I feel like that's gonna be the game changer of this fight. Y'all seen the cool boy stuff. Y'all didn't see why they call me Scooter. Y'all didn't see the bad part of the things that I've been through and I go through daily of facing and fighting myself. And June 4th, y'all see that.
Folks, it is the main event of a card that comes your way June 4th from the Armory in Minneapolis. Is being promoted by TGB Promotions. Warriors Boxing, the main event, Fulton versus Roman, is also being promoted by Thompson Boxing as well. Get your tickets at the Armory. Get them at armorymn.com, and you can get them through Ticketmaster as well. Gentlemen, best of luck. Looking forward to seeing both of you guys on June 4th. You got the former unified champ, Danny Roman. You got the current unbeaten unified champion of the world, Stephen Fulton Jr. Folks, Brian Custer here, and we will see you June 4th on Showtime Championship Boxing.